guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lori. I am the creator behind Stitch and Moan. We do cute and creepy crochet plushies here. This week is going to be a very busy week, so let's just get right into it. Since we last spoke, I have booked 2 more markets. One is a Summerween weenie roast, which I'm so excited about. It's in a very cool shopping district area of East Nashville. And it's going to be from 11 to 4 on August 2nd, and it's going to be super fun. The event organizer actually sent me a message on Instagram and asked if I wanted to be a vendor there. I've not had that happen yet, so that to me is like a huge milestone. I was really excited for that message Saturday morning when I woke up. That was really cool. So I am working on doing some smaller things, lots of bats and spiders, and I really need to make some more rats and mice. So we will hopefully be working on that too. And then later on that afternoon, my family and I went to a video store outside of Nashville, and we've gone in there before. I have followed them. I've chatted with the owner. They're super cool people. We were checking out, and I noticed that they had like a community bulletin board where you could put your business card or whatever. And I asked them if I could stick mine on there. They're like, yeah, what do you do? And I said, I crochet horror characters and like spooky plushies. And they were like, do you want to do a pop-up here? Yes, I do. So in September, I'm going to be doing a pop-up at this place, and we'll talk about that again, more closer to the time for that. But I'm going to be focusing mostly on like my slashers and movie characters. I'm going to make another xenomorph, and I'm going to use Demi Pearl because I want it to be a little bit bigger, and I'm really excited about that. And yeah, so now I have 4 scheduled markets and 2 possible markets. I'm not sure about those 2. We will see, because now I've got 1 in August, 2 in September, and 1 in October. So that's going to be fun, but school also starts next month. So I have to make sure I don't bite off more than I can chew, which if I can stay organized and like focused and disciplined, I think we'll be okay. So we've got 2 more markets to prep for. Over the weekend, I also sold 2 plushies in my Etsy shop. Yay! So I need to package up my big voodoo doll. This one was done in Demi Pearl, so he turned out a little bit bigger. And I need to package up Vera the vulture. Very sad to see her go. I have to decide if I want to make another one for my upcoming markets. She does take a little bit of time, and there is some sewing, but she turns out so cute. I would love to do it in Sweet Snuggles Light, since it's like a shinier, like more velvety yarn. I think that would look really cool. But anyway, I also need to work on my shipping station up here because it is a mess. I've moved and rearranged this room so many times, and I'm still not happy with it, that this is most of my shipping stuff. I just crammed it in that little tote and was like, I'll deal with it when I've got more orders. And that day has come, so we've got to figure that out. When I was printing my shipping labels this morning for my 2 orders, the first one printed out fine, and then the second one was very splotchy because I'm running low on ink. So I'm like, okay, gave it a few minutes, printed it again, and it was like barely anything. So aside from our trip to Michael's that we're going to have to take here soon, like hopefully leaving in the next 15 minutes, I need to go get some more printer ink so I can go to the post office and mail out these plushies. So we have a very busy day today. It's Monday, July 20th. It's about 10 o'clock. We're under a heat advisory, so that's fun. And we just have a ton of work to do today, so I'm going to get what I can done. But like the most important thing, got to go to Michael's to get some more yarn, and we have to go to the post office. So let's get going on our day, and then we'll talk about what I've made so far, because I do have some more things. So let's get into it. Hey friends, it's Wednesday morning. Yeah, well, Wednesday afternoon. And I decided today that I'm going to finish my Wendigo. I started this, I think it's from Hanargarumi. I'll put it on the screen or down below or whatever. I started this forever ago, and it has taken me a very long time to complete it because I ran out of the dark gray that I was using for the body. But when we went to Michael's the other day, I grabbed another skein of it, so I can now I can finish him, and I can make some dark gray bats, spiders, dark gray rats, because rats are one of my big sellers, and the gray ones are always a good one, and whatever else. Oh, I need to make some more gargoyles. I needed to make his tail and 1 foot, so I made the 1 foot, and then I don't know if you can really tell the difference as I drop them. This one's bigger. This is the one that I made months ago when I still had the gray yarn. So I had to remake a foot. So I finished his feet, and I finished his tail. And I used this really, really soft faux fur yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's this Yarn Bee for the moment in the color Husky. It's super soft and it feels so good. It is very difficult to work with though. This pattern, if you've made it, you know it has a ton of sewing. Here's what his body looks like right now. The head and the body are one piece, and then I surface crocheted this fur on. So this is this is one piece. All right, so now we've got the head and the body. We have the 2 feet that need to be sewn on. We have the tail that needs to be sewn on. we have the two little arms that need to be sewn on. We have the two eyes that need to be sewn on. And then we have the two horns that need to be sewn on and then shaped. And then after I made these, my son came in here and informed me that wendigos have antlers, not horns. So that's a lot of sewing that I have ahead of me. And I just realized that it's almost lunchtime. I really want to get this done today. I took yesterday off to let my hands take a break since I've been using a lot of Bernat lately, but I'd like to get him finished. Then he can be my big thing for the week. Because I don't know if you can tell, but I started rearranging again and I took the shelf down. I took my shelf off the wall and I moved it to the homeschool area because I needed something over there. It's still a work in progress. This corner of my desk is like an internet dead zone, so I'm actually thinking of moving my desk over there. I don't know. I need to stop moving furniture around. I don't know why. Anyway, so what I think I might do is after I get him, before I start sewing, before I sit down to start sewing, I'm going to pay attention to what time it is. And then when he's finished, kind of make a note on how long it took him to sew. I have no idea how much to charge for him because it is very labor intensive. So he's definitely going to be more than like in the $50 range, more than $50. I had 65 in my head. I don't know. That might be the minimum. We'll just see. But I love how it looks when it turns out. I've not made this guy before. I'm just going on the pictures from the pattern. So I might eat, charge up, and then sew this wendigo together. So I'll check back in when I'm finished with it. Or before I start sewing, just to, clock it. All right, morning, guys. I didn't get to work on him yesterday. We went to Walmart and we were there for 2.5 hours. That usually happens when I take my son to Walmart. So anyway, I've been up for about a half an hour. I've got my coffee. And it is currently, we're going to say it's 6:44. And I'm going to start sewing this guy up. So I've got a vlog ready and I have my coffee. So let's dive in. I'll check back in when I'm finished so we can see how long this took. Okay, it's 10 after 8. I'm going to say subtract about 5 minutes from that because I had to find some different vlogs. But he's finished and my fingers are sore. I'm not going to be doing any more sewing today, I don't think. This had a lot of sewing. It's totally worth it. I am annoyed that my black yarn that I used has left a mark right in between his eyes. So I might just, I'll have to figure that one out later on. I'm fried from this one. But the black yarn that I used, which I use all the time on other things like acrylic yarn, it's actually cotton. It got him all dirty. We'll deal with that later. That's a future Lori problem. But anyway, here he is. I love him. Otis loves him. B loves him. Okay. Anyway, here he is. So he's finished. Bernat blanket on all of it. This is that furry yarn that I showed in the last clip. 6.5 millimeter hook, since that's like my favorite size to use right now. I love plushies that sit like this, and he sits really well. Just the sewing is something. So I'm only going to make one of him to see how well he sells, and you can see what I'm talking about, like right there. We'll figure that out later. But anyway, I'm going to go sit quietly somewhere, and I will be back to share the rest of my makes for this week. I need a minute after that. Okay, so we're back, and it's time to wrap up. So let's talk about what I made this week. The big thing was finishing this guy. He was definitely a labor of love, but I love how he turned out. And it is from Hannah Gurumi. I'll have all of the patterns and designers and everything tagged down below. And then I did make more of a few of the things from last week. I made 2 more bats for Mom's Chatty. And then I made another bat Stitchkin. And I made another spider. So, and then the other big thing that I made, and I am absolutely in love with this, I made him late last week, and he only took a couple of hours. I made, is it Arky Jr. from Mo2? Look how adorable he is. This is with that Snugs and Kisses from Hobby Lobby. Bernat. That's like the antique white. And then this is the furry yarn from Ketch. I can't remember what size eyes I used. I think these are 18s, and I just used the gold disc that came with them because I'm not really wanting to paint anything right now. I'm about to sneeze. Not really wanting to paint anything, but you know, eventually I'll get into all that. But I'm really happy with how he turned out. 6.5 millimeter hook. These were 2 of the softest skeins of yarn I think I've ever used on any project. So he went really quick, and it was very enjoyable to make. And I want to do the Ludo mod, and I'm gonna do like I'm gonna do a Yeti mod, and then I might just do some different fun color monsters, just depending on how well he sells. And I have no idea how much I'm gonna charge for him either. 36 was in my head, but I don't know. We'll have to see. So have him, and that's pretty much it. I'm working on one other thing. It's not finished, and it's for the night market at the oddities shop, so we'll get into that later on. But as far as what I did this week, that's pretty much where we are. I don't feel like I got a lot done, but you know, I'm not just crocheting. I'm also starting to get back into like the school mindset. Like I said, we went to Walmart yesterday, and we were there for 2.5 hours, but I have almost all of what we need for school. And I rearranged the room again. Look, my shelf is back over here. I did that earlier today. My son came in here and was chatting with me about something, and I'm like, hang on, I have to go move this bookshelf real fast. So I think we've got it though. So that is where we are for this week. Next week, since it's going to be the week before a market, I need to go through my existing inventory, see where I need to fill in, see what I need to make, and I'm wanting to get started on my showstopper piece, which I'm really excited about that. And I know that it might not sell, but that's fine. I kind of just want to have it to have, and I'm really excited about that. So I guess that's it for this week. Thanks for hanging out with us, me. And I'm trying to respond to comments as often and quickly as I can. It is not easy for me, especially like now since I'm getting a bunch more of them. We're growing, and I'm so happy about that because of the amount of comments that I have gotten where people are saying like, I love spooky stuff, and it's hard to find somebody who does this. And my favorite comment is, "You're my people." Like, I love that, and I'm so happy for that. And it's pretty much like the first time that that has really ever happened for me. So I'm trying to like navigate this as best I can. So anyway, thank you for being here and hanging out, and come back next week because we've got lots more to do, and it's going to be fun. The next few weeks are going to be fun. We've got some awesome markets coming up, awesome things to make, and as of today, July 23rd, it is 100 days until Halloween. So yay, you know. All right, guys, so I will see you next week.